Hello and welcome to another lesson in our VBA programming. And in this lesson, we're going to add a list box to our user form like this. It's going to be very simple and then straightforward. Okay, so with this list box, you'll be able to see your data at a glance. Okay, whatever data you add here or you enter here and then click on save, it will be added into the database in Excel. But at a glance, you'll be able to see everything from here and do whatever you would want to do with the data. See how nice it looks like. It's going to be very simple, straightforward, and fun. Okay, now let's quickly delve right into that. But before we do that, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon so that you can receive notifications anytime we upload new tutorials. Okay, we try as much as possible to upload tutorials every single day. Okay, so basically that is that. And also, if you want to access our previous tutorials, we have the links in the video description below. You can just check them out, watch from the first lesson to the last one, and that is how you'll be able to understand what you've done so far. Okay, that is that for now. Now also, we have an assignment at the tail end of this lesson, so we advise you to watch the lesson till the end so that you'll be able to understand everything perfectly and be able to do the assignment, because in our next lesson we'll be providing the solution to the assignment. Okay, so that is that. Let's quickly delve right into today's lessons. Thank you. Hello and welcome to another lesson of VBA training. And in this lesson, we're going to look at how to add a list box to our project, that is the user form. So let's dive right into that. So we go to our folder, open our file, and then to go. So Alt F11 to trigger open the code editor. So we locate the form templates. Then what we need to do is just to add the list box, and then we'll be good. So we just go for this. So you just drag this over here. Maybe it seems too big because looking at the data we have here, it's a very small data, right? So that is if I will give you an assignment where we'll be expanding the data by yourself. You can create after this, you should be able to create any form of your choice with this, right? So basically that is that. But for now, looking at this data is very small, so we have to look at that and then make sure our user form fits that without any problem, without any stress. Okay, so you can also try to maybe move these things a bit here, but so that we have everything set up like this. Okay, it's kind of good. Let's debug it and see. Sorry, it is okay. Doesn't look bad. Perfect. But then let's see. Okay, if you want to define the properties here, like maybe you want to change the style of it, you can pump and then raise. Then these are all special effects that can be used on this particular as the name, not this one alone. All other tools and objects we have here, we can use this particular panel to define the property for the various objects we have here. Okay, so I prefer this sample. So that's good. So the next thing we're going to do is we need to create a name range from our table here so that we can easily have all this display in our list box. So to do that, what we need to do is to go to formula, then we go to name range. Okay, so we're going to create a new name, but before we do that, let's make sure that we select this, because this way is going to we are going to do the we are going to start creating the name range from, okay, from the first column. So you make sure that is selected, then you go name range, click on new. So you can name it std id, right? Students underscore id. So I think that's okay. So now let's just clear this, just leaving the equals and a type offsets. Okay, the things will be offsetting, will be skipping a column. So to do that, we have to pre-start with the offset keyword, so that it makes easy when we get to the tail end of it, right? Offset, and then from there you just click on this, and then comma, then one comma, then zero comma, then count a. Okay, count A, then you open a bracket, then from there you select the entire column straightforward, then you close the bracket. What it means is that our data may cover the whole of this particular sheet. Okay, so we can use some random numbers here. Maybe if we think our database may not be able to cover the whole, it's okay. It's a good practice if you just use the whole sheet, so that even if there's a leftover, you are good to go, rather than maybe limiting yourself at a point in time, then the table gets full, and then the other data may be out of the range. Okay, so that is that. So from there we have to subtract one, that is the heading. Okay, initially we've added the heading with this, the heading is added this one, but we don't want the heading. Yes, so we just subtract one, then comma, then the number of columns. So we have 1 2 3 4, so 4 columns. So if yours is 10 columns, you should be able to know what to do. So here should be 4, then close the bracket now. So click on OK. So you click inside, it should have these dancing things around this. What it means is that whatever data we add here is so under the name range, it's going to be covered, or it's going to be enclosed inside the name range. It wouldn't be outside the name range. So basically that is that. If you see this things around your data, it means you're good to go. Everything is working perfectly. Else, you just have to figure out what is happening and then redo it and get it done once and for all. That is that. So we close this. Now we have our name range, and the name is what? STDID, if I'm right. Let's confirm code STDID. So close that. Now let's go back to our list box here and begin defining the properties for it. So now what we need to do is just to go to the row source, the source where the table is coming from, so where the data is coming from. Okay, the row where the data is coming from, what? The name range we just created, and that is what? std, right, underscore, and then id, right, if I'm right. So you can see that we already have the table's data here. That is what the little thing we have on the table, we already have it here. Now the next thing we're going to do, we need to define some properties for them. What's the name? The table. So the column count. How many columns do you have? You have 4 columns. You click inside it, you have the other columns popping up. Now the headers. You can see for now there are no headers here, like the ID, the full name, the gender, and then the class. Send that true. You just have to click this and then set it to true. So we have the what's the name? The various headings here. So the next thing we're going to do is to define the column width. You can see that all the various columns are equal. Now looking at ID is very small, so we can maybe reduce it and then make the full name column bigger than gender and then that of the class. So to do that, we just have to define some few properties here, right? So ID, we can say let you just take 40, 50 rather than comma. The full name, because some names may be longer, so 150, then comma, then gender, we can give it 100, then comma, then class, we can make it maybe 70, because some classes maybe you may use, you may type the names of your classes in words. Okay, so in that case it may be longer. So depending upon the size of your data, that is how this is determined. So you can see that it has been adjusted to fit the way it should be. Okay, so basically that is that. So if you want to do any other thing here, maybe you want the text, as you can see the text are all aligned toward left, so they are all left, and as you want to center them, maybe you would want to maybe look at the fonts and do some stuff over there, like maybe you would want to bold it, you would want to change the font style to font type towards style toward Times New Roman. You would want to maybe increase the font size and then click on OK, then you should have this up and running. So yeah, I think our form has taken its shape. So let's debug this and see what we have there. So we can see that everything is working perfectly without any problem, without any stress. Okay, it's working. So what I want us to do right now is maybe close this and then clear everything from our table and then re-enter new data. So we see how it's going to work. So clear content. So good. So we run this and then we have that. So now let's try entering some data here. Okay, so you can say good Ali. Okay, so it's a male and the class is P3. Then we need to add a picture of that. So we go to the folder, training folder, so training materials. Okay, we have database and then passport pictures, so passport images. Good. So we have that. Let me just choose this and then good to go. So we add that to our database and then we have that here. We have that on the table as well. Confirm that. Let's add another. So we have something like this one. Sorry. Hussein. Okay, Osman Hussein. Also a male. Class is maybe KG1. A picture, maybe we need this. Select that. We click on add. We add. Now let's add two female foundation. So we Fatty. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so she's a female. Class P4, and then you add a picture, you choose this, and then that, and then add and save. Okay. Now another female here, MD Mariam. Okay, MD Mariam is a female class. She's in basic 6. Add a picture, Mariam. This looks like Mariam that I know. We add that. So basically that is that. So now let's try searching. So let's try searching Hood Ali. So we have Hood Ali. Okay, so let's search. So we have Hood Ali. So let's assume Hood Ali's class. We had Hood Ali is supposed to be in P5, and we decided to mistakenly enter P3. Let's try to update that. Okay, so P5. Now click on update and then it update. So we have P5 here. Good. Let's try searching for MD Mariam. Okay, so we have MD Mariam. Okay, so perfect. Let's search. So we have that. Let's assume this is okay. The picture is okay. Let's assume okay. Let's try editing the picture. Let's assume we've chosen the wrong picture, but this girl looks like Mariam, right? Let's assume we have chosen the wrong picture. Okay, so we would want to give this one to Mariam. So we have that now. So let's click on updates. Now let's search Mariam once again and see, and it has taken effect. Let's search. So we now have this for Mariam, and then everything should be working apparently. So let's say we want to delete Mariam, right? So we click on delete, and then it has deleted successfully. We should go to the folder that we created yesterday and open it and see that we have the Mariam's picture is no more here. Okay, see there's no name here as Mariam or whatsoever. These are some of the pictures we added in our previous lesson, so that is what's happening here. So I think that is that. So you can see the same picture, but it has taken different names. Okay, so that is that. So we can close this now. So basically, that is how we add a list box to our user form. So this is very simple and straightforward. Now your assignment. We are going to design a complex form, which is a bit complex than this one. We're going to have the following. Let's see. Let me minimize this and then we're going to have the following. Take the following details. We just create a new worksheet here. Name it assignment because immediately after this I'll be doing my okay the following headings. Okay, ID, full name, then gender. Maybe good. This should be for our staff, our teachers, right? Our teachers database form. Okay, gender. We want to have the staff ID, registered number, academic qualification, professional qualification. Then we would want to have the reason why I'm adding these things is because I would want you to be able to use the combo box effectively. Okay, with the professional qualification, you can create your own list or name range, and then you have them in a drop down menu for the user to be able to choose whichever qualification that suits the person. Okay, so that is why I'm adding that. So this one demands a drop down list. This one as well demands a drop down list. So that is the work of the combo box. Don't forget to do that. And we also need maybe the contacts. Okay, then the email address. Okay, perfect. Let's see how many columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's add another one to just make it 10. And then boom down. Okay, that is okay. So perfect. So we have 10 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So I think everything is now working perfectly. So take this particular data headings here, create a user form, and then have this details taken into or from the user form to this particular sheet. So that is your assignment. So it will be taken in due time. Make sure you do the assignment the way it's supposed to be done. Okay, let's try as much as possible to get ourselves involved. So with that, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and then bye for now. So you make sure everything that we have done here, what's the name? The labels, the text boxes, the combo boxes, the option buttons. The buttons here, you can color them, you can give them colors. At least whatever design or whatever color you can use to make your design look a bit stunning than this one. Do that. Okay, so basically that is that. You can equally check on the what's the name, the fonts, and the colors, and then the size of this particular. It's like I demonstrated that in our previous lessons, so this shouldn't be a problem. So, like I said, thank you very much for watching. Till our next lesson, I say thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.